What is going on, guys? Bruin Steel here, and welcome back to another WWE broadcast. I'm your host, Bruin Steel, and this is Canadian Yorker, and we are here to recap the Monday Night Raw that took place on September 2nd, 2024 in Denver, Colorado, and it's the fallout from the Bash in Berlin pay-per-view, and we are on our road to Bad Blood, which is the next pay-per-view, which is taking place at the beginning of October. Not sure the exact date. But Canadian Yorker, how's it going tonight?
It's going awesome tonight, and can't complain. It's a blessed day. Can't complain.
Yes, and before we start, just want to let you guys know that we're a little late on this video. It's a Thursday night, so both me and Canadian Yorker, we were a little busy this week, so we actually, well, not to talk too much about my personal life, well, I actually got a new job, so the scheduling is a little, intense, so, just gotta find that right time to do the broadcast, so I hope you guys are doing okay out there. So enjoy this broadcast. So let's get started. Monday Night Raw. Like I said, it's the road to the Bad Blood pay-per-view, which is the beginning of October. But we start off with Rhea Ripley making her entrance. She says, "Welcome to Monday Night Mommy," and she says it feels great to say that again, but better than it's her that she and Damian Priest brutalized Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio. And then she was about to challenge Liv Morgan, maybe at Bad Blood, but then she gets interrupted by Dominic Mysterio. People say that Dom was her ex-boyfriend. So with a black eye and a burst blood vessel, excuse me. Dominic starts talking about, Liv isn't here tonight and said that she will accept Rhea's challenge because she beaten her before and she'll beat her again. And Dom claiming that he's gonna win the Intercontinental Championship. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Um, but then it's a trap. Liv Morgan comes out of nowhere. Rhea swaps her aside with the back elbow. Rhea Ripley goes after Dominic Mysterio and gets hung by her foot in the ropes, not looking good. Liv Morgan takes advantage and starts booting her and works her knee. And Liv slides to the floor and pulls Rhea in for a kiss on the cheek. It looks like we're doing that lesbian shit again. But runs away as Damon Priest makes the save. So Rhea Ripley is hurt, I believe. She was on crutches. I believe it's her knee. But like I said earlier, and we predicted, I think it's official. I'm not sure if it's officially official, but I believe that Liv will put her world title on the line, her woman's world title on the line at Bad Blood. So we have to see what happens. But Canadian Yorker, what are your thoughts on this opening segment with Rhea Ripley, Liv, Liv taking out Rhea Ripley's knee and stuff like that? So your thoughts.
Well, I would say that Liv Morgan is a malicious individual, because she's basically um, doing what she did, what Rhea did to her, but she is just picking the opportunity to take on Rhea Ripley while she's not 100%. She's not fighting fair. I'll say that. The other thing I want to say is that I say Rhea Ripley gave Dominic Mysterio that black eye at Bash in Berlin, and he definitely deserved it. And I'll say that the audience jeering and booing him was well deserved because I believe he definitely got more love in Germany than he did get in the U.S. Um, and I'll say that I just want to kind of point out two scenarios in the situation with Rhea Ripley. Damian Priest suffered um, the same exact near injury that Rhea Ripley went through. Damian Priest got his foot tangled up. We saw it happen live. Damian Priest got his foot tangled up, and he almost, but nobody took advantage of the situation because it happened as an accident where he got his foot tangled up in the ropes. Now with Rhea Ripley, she was going on the attack, and she got her foot tangled up in the ropes. And then after that, Liv Morgan attacked her leg, attacked her knee. She took her knee out, and she tried to take her out because she knows that Rhea Ripley is coming for her title. And so she took advantage of the situation. And that's exactly what happened. Now, Liv Morgan is accepting the challenge of Rhea Ripley on her, again at Bad Blood. And that's only less than a month from now. So between now and Bad Blood in October, I believe that Liv Morgan is going to continue attacking Rhea Ripley's knee. She's just going to keep attacking her knee because she knows that as it as her title defense gets closer and closer to October, she's going to have Rhea Ripley right where she wants her, and she's going to keep attacking her knee. That's going to allow Liv Morgan to retain her title at Bad Blood. This is what I'm seeing going forward, because the Judgment Day is always going to be going after people's weaknesses. They try to do it with Seth Rollins. They're going to do it with Rhea Ripley. Well, Liv is going to do it with Rhea Ripley. So we're going to have to see what's going to happen going forward.
All right, so moving on to the first match of the Monday Night Raw, we got a mixed tag team match. We got American Made Brutus and Julius Creed and Ivy Nile versus Alpha Academy, Akira Tozawa and Otis, along with Maxxine Dupri. All I can say is Maxxine Dupri had a hell of a match. I don't know if you saw that one part where she was just showing off her skills, her moves, and it was pretty good. She was doing it all. She was controlling throughout the match. She was doing some damage to Ivy Nile and Maxxine. I love her. She's awesome and just shows her she has great athleticism. But it just at the end, man, it just like I said, it's just the number games got to them. Chad Gable running interference. It just went back and forth, and my man Otis finally was able to hit a caterpillar. It's been a while since my man Otis hit a caterpillar. I should have wore his shirt, so I was a little late, a little disappointing. Kill me, please. But it's just like after all those times that Otis tried to do the caterpillar and Chad Gable just interrupted him and said no. I just wanted to rip Chad Gable's head off. Like, come on, he's got to do the caterpillar. No. But finally he's able to hit it. But just then, this is what it just, they just don't know what they're doing with the group and they just can't get wins. And, I just feel like they need a leader. And like I said, I still think Sammy is the best option for Alpha Academy because if you saw after, Alpha Academy going through that shit with Chad Gable, Sammy was the only one to confront them and step up. But right now, I don't know if I'm still praying for Sammy to join because it looks like Sammy is just going to go on a singles run. It looks like Sammy might just help Jey Uso with this whole, helping Roman in this whole bloodline civil war that's coming up. But we have to see what happens. But sooner or later, if Alpha Academy just starts falling apart, I feel like they're going to break up. No one turning heel. They'll just be I just can't see Otis turning heel on Tozawa or Maxxine turning on the group or they just been they just been through so much. So I just feel like I don't know. They just got to get their head in the game. They got the components. Like Maxxine showed that she's great. Otis shown that he's great. Tozawa, I mean, he's not really. I'll say that I love you, Tozawa, but I'll say it. You're small, but you still got the heart. You got what it takes, But man, it's just like they need a leader. But at the end, talking about the end, Chad runs interference, and I think yeah, it was Maxxine that kicks Chad Gable off of the apron, I believe, and then Nile with the roundhouse kick. Alpha Academy did as much as they could, but at the end, Ivy Nile just shows that wants to show the world that Maxxine's not the strongest she is by putting up a submission hold called the Compassionate Release on Maxxine to win the match. So American Made defeating Alpha Academy by submission. And after the match, Chad Gable and the rest of American Made challenges Wyatt Six to a street fight. So you're gonna get four people on one side and four on the other in a 8-person street fight. So I can't wait to see Nikki Cross in action. Ivy Nile, you had this coming for betraying your friend. I knew Nikki Cross was going to go after you. Pretty much Wyatt Six is going after everyone that betrays their family. So I can't wait to see this eight-person street fight next week. You got Uncle Howdy, you got Joe Gacy, you got Dexter Loomis, you got Nikki Cross, and you got Erica Roman, and then you got American Made. So eight-person street fight. But Canadian Yorker, what are your thoughts on American Made defeating Alpha Academy by submission, and what are your thoughts on this street fight that's gonna happen next week? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're all excited for it. So
I will say that to your contrary point, I believe that American Made has it. They have the potential to be the best version of themselves that they can be. I believe that Maxxine has shown us from where she has been, from where she was a year ago, where fans were calling her out online and in the arena saying she sucks, she should be out of the WWE. And then I think it was one of the female wrestlers also saying she sucks and just repeating the same sentiment. But now that Maxxine has shown such immense growth, she's shown that she can be an amazing female wrestler. I believe, and she has shown that she can work the crowd. Now she is working the crowd now, and she is actually getting people's attention with her athleticism, and you know, and if not for Chad Gable's interference on her while she was doing her thing against Ivy Nile, she would be defeating Ivy Nile, and Alpha Academy would be the winners from this matchup right here. This would make it very interesting for Alpha Academy because I know Maxine Dupri is sick and tired I'm sick and tired of Chad Gable's antics. Maxine Dupri has seen how Chad Gable has tormented Tozawa and tormented um, Otis. Okay, Maxine Dupri is sick and tired of Chad Gable. It's time and good riddance because Alpha Academy has shut themselves clear of Chad Gable. They don't need Chad Gable to be their leader anymore. He's no longer the leader, and so Otis definitely had a great showing. Otis gave his great caterpillar. He's got it. He can definitely be a great guy. Tozawa has shown his amazing growth, despite the fact that Tozawa is small. You can never underestimate a small man, okay? Because you never know what a small guy is packing. That's just a fact, okay? You don't know how dangerous a person is. You should never judge by a book by its cover for sure, okay?
I mean,
Tozawa definitely has heart, despite the
If you guys don't know, Tozawa actually beat one of the Viking Raiders.
yes. Tozawa can do it. I mean, if Rey Mysterio can get to become world heavyweight champion, by God, Tozawa can also become world heavyweight champion. It's possible. Anything's possible.
Maybe a returning Hornswoggle.
Yes. I mean, yeah, Hornswoggle, yes. Hornswoggle can do it too. It's possible if he has the heart. Okay. I mean, Kurt Angle was able to beat The Undertaker and become the world heavyweight and become WWE champion before. But I just wanted to make this point that Tozawa, Otis, and Maxine definitely can do it. And I will say this: if Sami Zayn is not the leader, is not going to be the leader for Alpha Academy because he's got his own thing going on with Jey Uso and stuff, and Sami Zayn, it wants to challenge Gunther for the world heavyweight title. So of course he's got his own thing going on. I think here's what I think who could be a good candidate for a leader right now, right? Somebody who is going through some stuff right now. We don't know it, but here's what I think. Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston could be the leader that the Alpha Academy needs. I'm just putting this out there, okay? Because if the New Day breaks up, Kofi Kingston seems to have a good relationship with Otis, Tozawa, and Maxxine, and he could help them against Chad Gable. That's just my point of view,
Right.
but I believe that's possible.
All right,
So
and not to be too wow, we're talking about this so long. Any just like couple, how do you feel about this like street fight next week?
it's going to be exciting to see who's going to be the winner, the clear winner from the street fight
Yeah, I just feel like
between the.
I feel like at this point Nikki Cross is just gonna find ways to terrorize Ivy Nile.
Well, yeah, of course, Nikki Cross is going to be definitely be playing mind games
All
on
right.
Ivy Nile.
All right, we've been talking a lot. Let's move on. All right, here we go. All right, moving on to the next match. We got a one-on-one match between Zelina Vega and Shayna Baszler. So yeah, it's great that Zelina Vega was back because after that, group, that Pure Fusion Collective group taking out Zelina Vega's arm twice. Zelina looking for revenge, and now she's got a match with Shayna Baszler, which Shayna Baszler is just absolutely dangerous. I'll be scared to be in a ring with Shayna Baszler, to be honest. So it was a pretty short match, to be honest, and Zelina Vega, I just didn't feel like this match was fair because it looked like Zelina Vega's arm wasn't 100%. But Vega did put up a fight, kicks her down, drop kicks, send Shayna to the floor. I mean, Selena Vega actually did put up a fight. Vega with a DDT, heads up, moonsault connects, only for a two. It just seems like Vega did all the work, and Shayna Baszler with one knee strike, winning the match, man. Like holy moly! Like Shayna Baszler hitting the knee strike, Shayna Baszler defeats Selena Vega by pitfall. After the match, uh, the Pure Fusion Collective beat down Selena Vega, and Selena Vega was saved by Lyra Vicaria, but that didn't work out because of the number games. The Pure Fusion Collective overwhelmed them with the number games. The Pure Fusion Collective standing tall. Sonya Deville gets on the mic and tells the crowd to sit down, shut up, and show some respect. She said that everyone in the crowd in that home are prosthetics. There's not a man in the audience that could take them home, and no woman that can take them, period. But step up and shoot your shot. So, Pure Fusion Collective has become a really serious heel faction. So, Shayna Baszler defeats Selena Vega by pitfall. What are your thoughts?
I will say, Selena Vega, as much as I mean, I got to give her. She has the heart of a champion. She fought against Shayna Baszler and lost. Despite the fact she gave her all, she fought like hell. Um, she definitely had it in her. I mean, Zelina Vega is definitely showing she has it, man. She has it. But fighting against Shayna Baszler, man. I mean, Shayna Baszler is dangerous, dangerous. Um, but I mean, it's possible to beat Shayna Baszler. Ripley beat Shayna Baszler before, despite the fact Shayna Baszler was giving her those problems. But not only is Shayna Baszler a dangerous striker, but Ivy Niles is also a dangerous striker. I think I heard a comment say from somebody saying that Ivy Niles is also a former MMA fighter. So Shayna Baszler, and I haven't really seen Ivy Niles' full potential yet in WWE. We just seen her on the sideline, but we haven't really seen her in action. But here's the thing: Shayna Baszler is a dangerous wrestler because she's so good at striking, and you know, it is what it is for the most part. So I mean, the DDP, they're showing that there's new dangerous women's faction for the women's division. So now the women's division needs to watch out for because these guys, these ladies, they took out Damage Control. Now we seeing how dangerous they are. They could go after any other women faction out there because there's no one to stop them. You know, not even Chelsea Green and Piper Nichols can take them out.
Okay. All right, so moving on, we got CM Punk making his entrance and gets a mic. So he started off saying that he never gets sick of the CM Punk chants before. He said it's good to be on the other side of a very personal and ugly issue. And CM Punk actually calls out Gunther. CM Punk wants that world title. CM Punk wants that World Heavyweight Championship from Gunther. He calls out Gunther and saying nothing can fix the chip on his shoulder but that belt, and instead it's time CM Punk woke up as champion. He starts to pose on the announce desk, and what you know, a hooded figure comes and beats him down from behind, and it's Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre is here and attacks him from behind, beating him down on the announce table, mounting punches, slamming the back of his head into the desk over and over again. Wade Barrett tries to pull him away and tries to stop, talk some sense into Drew, but he won't listen. Drew McIntyre hitting a huge claymore to CM Punk. In the ring, he puts boots to Punk and takes the bracelet back as, security tries to stop. And Drew McIntyre, man, he has totally lost it. I think it's all in the process saying that, oh, how can I lose to this hypocrite in the strap match? This is far from over. I feel like that's how he's feeling. I guess because heels are butthurt that they lost to baby faces. So, but it just, what he did next is just out of line. It's like this guy needs to be in like a straitjacket, needs to be put in prison. Like holy moly, like he just literally witnessed murder or something. He takes Punk's bracelet and then he breaks the bracelet in half, splits the bracelet in half, and then shoves the beads down CM Punk's mouth, and then once again hits the claymore where all that is in his throat, and he starts choking. And basically, we see CM Punk get stretched out, but that wasn't enough. Drew McIntyre once again right there with the ambush and just starts gouging CM Punk's eyes. CM Punk starts bleeding from his mouth, and referees once again is trying to pull Drew away, and CM Punk is still trouble breathing from that. And once again, it just Drew attacked CM Punk while he was about to be put in the hospital. We see CM Punk get loaded in the the ambulance. So, man, this man is just like a Braun Breaker now, just witnessing, just like committing murders now. Yeah, so that was fun to watch. So, what are your thoughts on that?
All I gotta say is we are having a bad blood match happen very soon, and in October, because this is gonna happen very soon. As I said, this is not over between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. Not in the least. There's going to be a part three. We're going to see a finale to this. This is going to be, something major in the future that's happening. Um, it was wrong. How in the world can CM Punk call out Gunther, because Gunther is getting challenged by Sami Zayn. First of all, Sami Zayn challenged him,
Yeah,
and now CM
which we
Punk
will
was
talk about
upset.
later. Which will we talk about later?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm just saying, how in the world how in the world can you turn your back on your opponent thinking that it's okay, it's fan and dandy, when all of a sudden it's not all fan and dandy, and you should know in the back of your head that this is not always between me and Drew McIntyre. Okay, we still have to finish this business, and this feud just shows how much both these men do not like each other, and I know Seth Rollins is watching this from afar, and Seth Rollins is just biding his time and waiting to take on Drew McIntyre
like
and
now,
CM Punk.
like it's not just like now. First you got first you got Seth Rollins coughing up blood because Bronson Reed absolutely destroyed his ass, and now you got CM Punk dropping blood out of his mouth. So chaotic
Yeah,
everywhere.
I think Seth Rollins is going to have a say in this. He's saying CM Punk is not going to get a title at the World Heavyweight Championship. He's not going to get a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship while Seth Rollins is still around. That is not happening in his book.
All right, so moving on to the next match. We just had a little segment with Drew being a madman, like a serial killer. I guess I don't know, but Moving on to the next match, serial killer. Oh my god. Moving on to the next match. We got a WWE Intercontinental Championship number one contenders tournament first round match. We saw last week that Jey Uso and Pete Dunne qualified. Now we got the final two spots. We got Dominic Mysterio versus Dragon Lee versus Iganov Dragunov, which is probably the heavy favorite in this tournament. I can definitely see Dragunov going off, squaring off against, Braun Breaker at Bad Blood. If you guys don't know, the winner of this tournament will face Braun Breaker at Bad Blood. So, this was a great match. Went back and forth. Dominic Mysterio once again had to have his butt buddy with interference. You guys know, triple threat match, no disqualification. Carlito running interference to shut him down. Carlito and Dragon Lee obviously have history against each other, so that's the whole reason why Carlito was there to help Dom, and because maybe Carlito was there. So, but then Damian Priest makes the save finally. Damian Priest stepping up. And pretty much this match was eventually just between Dragon Lee and Dragunov because Dominic Mysterio is a loser. Was nowhere to be found. I don't know what the fuck happened to Dominic Mysterio in this match. I was just watching Dragunov and Dragon Lee go at it. Super kick from Dragon, rising knee, another super kick. Dragunov hits the torpedo move on Dragon Lee by Pitfall to win this triple threat match. Dragunov defeats Dragon Lee and a ghost Dominic Mysterio wherever he went. I don't know. By Pitfall. So, and showing respect, Dragon Lee and Dragunov showing the respect to one another after the match. Shaking hands. That's respect right there. So, Dragon Lee is awesome, showing respect. So, but we all knew Dragunov was gonna win this. But Dragunov wins, defeating Dragon Lee and Dominic Mysterio. Dragunov joins the Fatal 4-Way. You got Jey Uso versus Pete Dunne, and now versus Dragunov. It's gonna be hell of a Fatal 4-Way. What are your thoughts on Dragunov moving on?
All right, I think it's great that Dragunov is moving on because Dragunov definitely deserves a rematch against Braun Breaker after what Braun Breaker did to Ricochet to put him out of the WWE, to basically write him off television, off WWE. So it makes sense that Dragunov gets the opportunity to challenge Braun Breaker for the title, along with Jey Uso and Pete Dunne. Um, it's funny that, of course, um, Dominic is not going to get his chance at a title shot while he's still feuding with Damian Priest. So Dominic needs to settle this business that he has with Damian Priest in a one-on-one match in the future. This has to happen. The Judgment Days are, of course, going to try to get involved in the match and help Dominic win. But unfortunately, that didn't happen for him. So it sucks for him. So he does not get his chance to challenge Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental title. Sucks for you, Dom. So that's all I gotta say about that. But for the Dragon Lee definitely has the opportunity to become the next Intercontinental champion in the future. Dragunov, it's his time to get his revenge. Because he has his chance, he has the opportunity to do that. But it's going to be a great fatal 4-way match between these four men. So can't wait to see what's going to happen.
Alright, so just to let you guys know, the last triple threat match, it was supposed to be Bronson Reed, Ludwig Kaiser, and Sheamus, but Bronson Reed was put out of this triple threat match because it was announced that Bronson Reed tested positive for COVID. So Adam Pearce was busy looking for a replacement, and we finally found a replacement in Braun Strowman, the person that Bronson Reed destroyed last week. So, we just saw, Adam Pearce talking about who's going to replace Bronson Reed, and Braun Strowman rolls up and asks the spot, saying medical has cleared him. So, Braun Strowman versus Ludwig Kaiser versus Sheamus, I believe. Yeah, Sheamus. So that's going to happen. So, condolence to Bronson Reed. Despite you destroying a lot of people, I hope you are well. Get better, my big dude. So, um, so yeah, you just like completely destroyed like multiple people. But COVID's a big deal. Bronson Reed, get rest. Get your rest. Hopefully you're healthy when you come back. So get some rest, man. Condolences to you, man. It's scary. So, but moving on, we got a women's tag team championship number one contenders match. So we got Damage Control, Io Sky, and Kairi Sane versus the Unholy Union, Elba Fire, and Isla Dawn. I just don't understand why. I mean, I always say that they need a push, but just right away they get another shot at Jade and Bianca. Like, man. But Damage Control made sense. Obviously. But talking about this match, it went back and forth, plus Bianca and Jade were on commentary. They were just on the side with headphones listening and watching the match. Um, and there was some chaos, Dawn was a German suplex on Sane, went back and forth. I believe Bianca Belair accidentally got taken out by accident in this match. So it didn't look good. I think Isla Dawn and Alba Fire, it was one of them, were probably super kicked Bianca by accident or something. I don't know what happened. But it went back and forth. But at the end, Unholy Union with the KLR bomb reverse STO combination on Io Sky, becoming the number one contenders to the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Why, man? Why do we have to see this match again? Unholy Union will get another shot at their tag team titles. We're gonna see Unholy Union versus Jade and Bianca again. Whoopee, yay! Oh man. And post match, Belair and Cargill squares off with Damage Control. What are your thoughts on this match with Unholy Union becoming the number one contenders to the Women's
Well,
Tag Team Championship?
well, like I said last week, I don't believe this feud is over between Unholy Union and Jade and Bianca, because yes, they did win. I believe, despite the fact that yes, Unholy Union has not really shown much improvement, but they definitely know how to work as a team. Um, I said, this is not really, this is not going to. Jade and Bianca need a good heel team right now. The best heel team that there is the Unholy Union right now, and they did have two successful title defenses. Okay, they had two successful title defenses. They beat two teams cleanly. They definitely have what it takes to be a great tag team, despite the fact that they haven't been so great. So now the ball is in the court of Jade and Bianca to be the best potential version of themselves that they can be. We know how great they can be. They have shown it before. I'd like to see them defend the title again to show that they are a dominant tag team title. They are a dominant tag team. They can definitely be the best tag team that they can be. And on a side note, I think in the same match, Kairi Sane busted her eye open, jumping off the top rope and missing the mark and busted her eye open, and she had to have stitches thanks to that miscalculation, which was a horrible injury that happened right on live TV in this match. So just hoping that Kylie Sane's eye heals up. Right now, Damage Control, I mean, it's kind of sad what's happened to Damage Control. It's so sad what happened to them. From a year ago, they were the most dominant tag team before. Then now you see them from where they were before to where they are right now. They had the women's championship and the tag team titles, and they had a dangerous striker. They had it all. But now they are just down. They are just down on they're down on their knees. They are, down to the last woman. And man, we might be seeing the breakup of Damage Control in the future.
Yeah,
I
all
gotta
right,
say,
yeah, all right. So moving on, finally you mentioned we got Gunther making his entrance. He talks about how Bash in Berlin had the highest gate of any arena. He said that he beat one of the greatest legends this business and has ever seen. And yes, he said a lot of personal things, and even though he was right, He only said those things to provoke him into becoming the greatest Randy Orton of all time. And now he can just stand here and say that he beaten that version of Randy Orton, and he gets interrupted by Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn goes on and because of this video, I don't want to talk too much. Sami Zayn goes on to talk about, his IC Championship reign, talking about Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Triple H's, Shawn Michaels, the Macho Man, Randy Savage, you know, talking about those reigns. And Sami Zayn said that he wants that one title that deluded him his whole career, the one title he's looking forward to get in his career, the World Heavyweight title. And, but the ring general, Gunther, declines Sami's offer and just walks out. So we might not even see a match between those two. We have to see what happens. But before we go on quickly, any last thoughts on that? Sami and confronting Gunther?
I want to say that Gunther was at the end of right after Gunther walked out. Sami definitely rubbed salt in Gunther's wound by saying that Sami Zayn is the only person that beat Gunther, and defeated him, and that I believe rubs the salt in Gunther's wound because Gunther had Sami right where he wanted him, and I believe Sami Zayn wants to take the belt off Gunther by reminding him of his only loss. But he could definitely beat Gunther. Let's just say that he can do it. But I don't think Gunther is going to be losing to Sami Zayn anytime soon ever again. So, that's not happening. I would say it was great. Gunther won. I saw the match. That was an amazing match he had against Randy Orton. Randy Orton was close to beating Gunther. He was close. But Gunther applied his sleeper hold on him. That put him out. He made him tap. That's just the way it goes sometimes. But, man, Randy Orton really gave Gunther a run for his money.
Yeah. All right, so moving on to the next match. We're almost there. We got the final triple threat match, WWE IC number one contenders tournament first round match. We got Braun Strowman. We talked about how Bronson Reed has COVID, so he can't compete. Get better, man. Braun Strowman versus Ludwig Kaiser versus a man who Ludwig Kaiser hates or has a feud with or something. Sheamus. So Sheamus versus Ludwig Kaiser versus Braun Strowman. And this was a great match. It went back and forth. I love how Ludwig Kaiser once again got a chair thrown at his face. Fuck you, man. And it just, man, I kind of knew it was going to happen. I should have seen this coming. Pete Dunne coming out of nowhere and costing Sheamus the match. Bro kick. Pete Dunne pulls him off on the cover and lays out Sheamus with a shillelagh. So Pete Dunne interfering in this triple threat, causing Sheamus to lose. Back in the ring, Braun Strowman was able to take advantage of that with a running power slam, his go-to finisher on Ludwig Kaiser, and in a amazing and just an incredible and shocking turn of events. A man that just got his body destroyed last week qualifies. Braun Strowman defeats Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser to move on to that fatal four-way. So Sheamus, man, Pete Dunne, man, just hates Sheamus. Runs interference in this triple threat match. You guys don't know. No disqualification. Sheamus did catch him with a bro kick, but then Pete Dunne pulls him off. And that's when Pete Dunne started to beat Sheamus with a shillelagh, causing him the match. So Braun Strowman with a huge win, defeating Ludwig Kaiser and Sheamus. So that will be set next week for the Fatal 4-Way. Winner faces Braun Breaker at Bad Blood. We got Braun Strowman, Dragunov, Pete Dunne, and Jey Uso. That is going to be a phenomenal Fatal 4-Way. It's going to be great. What are your thoughts on Braun Strowman winning?
At least Dominic Mysterio is not going to be in this Fatal 4-Way because he sucks. No, so I'll just have to say that. Man, wow, Braun Strowman. I mean, he is an amazing athlete. The man got 3 747s put on him while he was on top of a car. that is some brutal stuff that he survived, and yet still he was able to pull through and get this win over Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser. And I don't believe that Ludwig Kaiser is done with Sheamus, and neither is Pete Dunne done with Sheamus. So Sheamus definitely has his
Yeah,
hands full.
Pete Dunne, Sheamus is gonna look for revenge. Pete Dunne practically cost him the match.
Yeah, I believe that Sheamus, I believe that Pete Dunne is definitely still feuding on NXT. He has some stuff going on right now with Trick Williams going on. So I believe that Sheamus is definitely going to be getting involved in his business with Trick Williams, and he's going to be interfering in his match against Trick Williams and costing him the match against Trick Williams. So there's going to be no love lost. We're going to see some action between Sheamus and Pete Dunne at Bad Blood for sure.
All
That's
right.
definitely happening.
All right. So, be quick. Finally, we are here at the main event. So, it was announced earlier that there was going to be a tag team match against Judgment Day, Finn Balor, and Jade McDonagh. They obviously said that, oh, Damon Priest's going to find a partner. Rhea Ripley said that she found someone, and guess who it is? Yeet! We're finally gonna see Damian Priest and Jey Uso teaming up together. So in this main event match, we got Damian Priest and main event Jey Uso versus the Judgment Day, the team of Finn Balor and JD McDonagh. To be quick, this was a pretty close match. You know, went back and forth. Liv Morgan actually ran interference. So for one, Jey Uso went on top to the top rope, tried to do his splash, but then Liv Morgan, pushed him and he went down. Liv laughing, the referee got distracted. It went back and forth. At one point, I thought Judgment Day was actually going to win with the coup de grace connects by Finn Balor, McDonagh with the moonsault, but then Priest was there to break it up, thankfully. But going back to the Liv laughing, and that's when Rhea Ripley is here on the crutch, and Liv Morgan started to laugh and mock her. But it turns out it was a trap. Rhea Ripley turns out to be a it turns out to be a mistake because Rhea Ripley doesn't actually need a crutch. So the way she went up to Liv crying, and then Liv is just right here, and then Rhea just starts smiling, and then just like beats Liv with the crutch, instead uses it as a weapon, still hopping as she chases after Liv. Liv tags out, Damian knocks JD in the floor, front kick on Finn, Razor Edge blocked by returning McDonagh, Spears tags Baszler out. And then Damien was able to hit a Razor's Edge on JJ McDonagh. Jey Uso wants to tag. Priest gives them up, perch on top. Diving splash from Jey Uso onto JJ McDonagh. Damien Priest and Jey Uso with the huge win by pinfall to win this match. And Rhea Ripley is in the ring, just finally yeeting on one leg. And off air, we see Rhea Ripley finally getting her wish. It seems like Rhea Ripley wanted to do this for a really long time. Rhea Ripley laughing with Damian Priest and yeeting. So we saw Damian Priest, Rhea, and Jay yeeting off air. So maybe Jey Uso, maybe Rhea Ripley has finally accepted Jay. Maybe they're gonna go to a Waffle House. Maybe they go on a date. Maybe Rhea Ripley has found a new. Maybe Jey Uso's finally gonna be having. Maybe Rhea's finally gonna be Jay's mommy. But what are your thoughts?
I believe that yes, I think there was something in the news this week about Jey Uso and Rhea Ripley finally going on a date and blah blah blah. You know all that jazz. So it was great to see that they got the win. Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley finally get the help they need against the Judgment Day. They finally have Jey Uso there helping them to defeat the Judgment Day. I mean, let's face it, Damian Priest and Finn Balor. I'm sorry, JD McDonagh and Finn Balor. I definitely they need some competition. They need some competition. They haven't had a really legitimate tag team going after them, other than DIY, of
So
course.
So
But
with
but
my question is, for because we saw Rhea Ripley faking using the crutches, does that mean the entire time Rhea Ripley was faking an injury so she can get back to live? So the question is, does she still have that knee injury, or she was still bouncing on one leg? That's my only issue though.
yeah, I think that she is hurt in some capacity, but I think that it's not 100%. But she's definitely feeling the pain. I mean, having a leg wrapped up like that,
Like
it would affect your mobility in
like
some
Bad
way.
Blood, they gotta do like a stipulation between Liv and Rhea. Imagine they make it like a woman's no hold bar match or extreme rules match. That'd be crazy.
It would be crazy. There's a lot of ways that they can make it happen. It can be a women's lumberjack match for that reason. I don't think I've ever seen
Yeah,
that happen
have fun with
before,
that.
but
Yeah. All right, but that would do it for Monday Night Raw. This was a hell of a video. In terms of grading, all I can say is this was a incredible show. I absolutely love it. I'm locking into A plus. This was an unbelievable show. I had nothing against it except I got to see a serial killer in Drew McIntyre. So, or like a madman in Drew McIntyre. I mean, I guess this is not PG anymore, but I mean, but I absolutely loved it. It was an incredible show. I give this an A plus. How about you?
I give it an A. I give it A plus. I think it was good. There's a lot of great things that happened. Yes, Drew McIntyre did go a little bit over the limit, and yes, I believe wrestling is not meant for
It
kids.
has to
It's
be
just
like
PG
another. It
13.
has to be like another triple fine for Drew McIntyre. Like suspend him again. Like that deserves like being fired, or that deserves being like a 1 month suspension. Like, oh my god.
Drew McIntyre has been suspended. Drew McIntyre has been fined. That has happened for sure. And of course, he nearly tried to kill Drew. He nearly tried to kill
They
CM
could
Punk.
do they could
But
do like
CM Punk,
people are saying that they could
yeah,
do like a Drew McIntyre because as long as these two guys are on the same brand, they're just gonna rip each other's head off. So people are suggesting that they do like a Hell in a Cell match. The loser leaves Raw. So that means the loser will go to
exactly,
SmackDown to end the feud.
exactly.
That's the only explanation that
Yeah,
you could do. Because as long as Drew and
yeah,
CM Punk are in the same brand, they're just gonna beat the shit out of each other.
yeah, exactly.
They
We
could
need
just
to
do a
see more of
loser.
it.
They just could do a loser has to go to SmackDown or loser leaves Raw.
We need to see more of that. We need to see more
Yeah,
guys,
but anyways,
more
that would
people
do it,
being.
guys. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Bruin Steele. This is Canadian Yorker. Be sure to check out Canadian Yorker's YouTube channel, the link will be in the description of this video, as well as their wrestling
Yes.
channel, which is WWE Wrestling Bros. That link will also be in the description of this video. But we will see you guys next time for our broadcast. We don't know when it's going to be. Like I said, we have stuff going on in our life now. So it's like, I kind of got a job and he's busy. So it's like, but we'll find a time to do. Plus, football season is around the corner. So yeah, you guys
Let's go,
who are
baby.
football fans who doesn't give a crap about WWE who's watching this video, I will do my date every year season Steeler videos. So be sure to check that out. But anyways, my name is Bruin Steele. This is Kenny Yorker. Take it easy. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
See you later.